Hello, everybody. It's Whip Ray here. We are going live. We're going to be playing a game called Quest of the Champion from one of my friends, ProphetSword. We'll be starting in about 5 minutes. I just need to get the rest of my crap together. And, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, hopefully it should be alright. My friend has been working on this thing for a couple of years, I think, at this point. And he reached out to me, not terribly long ago, to ask if I wanted to stream it and, throwing a shirt on, or not a shirt, my upper shirt. He asked me to have a look at it and if I'd stream it, so we'll be doing that tonight. I'll be right back as the timer clicks down, and let's make sure actually I downloaded the right version of the darn thing. Oh boy, I'm totally prepared for this. Download anyway. The absolute final version. Nothing else. I want the background music to be going. Let's see. Extract all. Pretty please extract all. All right. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's, I guess, start running Quest of Champions. Go. This game does not like it when you, oh wow, that's a lot quieter than what it was. Maybe we'll turn that up a little bit. Volume mixer. That is already at 100%. Alright, so let's see here. We're at negative 16.5 decibels. We'll just have to remember that for later. There, it's a little bit louder. 16.5. Alright, and we'll be right back here as we have this kind of going in the background. Sorry. And I need to actually remember to alright, I'm like really on par with everything today. So let's do that. Yay! And then we need to realize that I grabbed the wrong source. Technical difficulties, please bear with me. Game capture. Quest of the Champion. Alright, click OK. We want to do capture specific window. I'm so glad that Prophet named the EXE the way that he did. The fun part is going to be figuring out there he goes. Cool. There we go. Alright. So make this full screen for myself. Man, it's just so quiet. Ooh. Lordy. So yeah, it is a beta game, or beta, I would say alpha actually at this, well, beta. It's more than alpha, but it's definitely still during normal upkeep and stuff like that with development. He has been working on this for a hot minute. It is a card. Sorry, I'm alt-tabbing and getting things posted to other places because I'm really good at this. It is a game where you kind of select a hero and adventure through things using 3d6 to kind of navigate the world with all sorts of challenges. You've got combat challenges, you've got random events. He described it as kind of like almost like Talisman, the board game, but in more of a computer format. Live on #Twitch with some indie games. What is this? Quest of the Champion. Man, I am just like bat 1,000. Okay. So, that, and my chat should be there. Okay. Alright, so, right. So, you start with a new game. And immediately you are met with lots of nice art. And the audio in here is really, really good. And generally the art design seems fairly consistent, though I do recognize
Looks like we've got ourselves a brand new whippersnapper. Thanks there.
Thank you for the follow, Photius. Thank you. But aside from some likeness to famous actors, it's really, really cool and well done. I'm not saying that likeness is a bad thing, mind you, but it's just the guy from Sliders. I can't remember the actor's name, but he just reminds me so much of him. But fuck it, we'll go with that one. So it has that. You then pick a class. You have got the warriors, the rogues, and the spellcasters, wizards, and everyone has their own attributes. So you have mastery, which is they're essentially how hard they hit. Speed, how likely they are to dodge things. Accuracy, how likely they are to hit things. And fate, which determines how well you do with, what's the word for it? Random events. And then, of course, it's all kind of laid out down here, too. They have tooltips. And then up here, they even have, a quick, dirty calculation for everything as well. I'm going to go through everything. Each class kind of has its own shtick in terms of what special things they get, what kind of weapons and armors and all that they can use, and if they can use shields. There's also an item called bracers that are universally able to be equipped by anybody, and they take that same slot, as I've been told. Everyone starts at 30 health, but has their own health gain rates. It honestly reminds me a little bit of the Elder Scrolls 1 Arena, with how everyone kind of starts the same and then kind of progressively gets different. One thing I've noticed from the times I've been playing, and I'm just going to kind of influence where I'm going with this character, you can usually get a lot of defense, attack, and accuracy, or damage and accuracy through items and stuff like that, but things you really can't get a lot of are XP gain and damage reduction. There are a couple items that offer this, but they're very few and far between from what I've seen. So we're going to go with the Battle Mage. The accuracy on him sucks starting off. You get like a 50-50 hit chance on a lot of things. But the reduction in damage and the really good rolls on the random events really helps it out. So we're going to go with that for our Battle Mage. And then, there you go. It has a random name generator built in, which is really nice as well. So we're going to go with one of the ones, because they have some titles in here too. So we can get one to come up. Here we go, Orion the Wanted. Go with that. Yes. And then, cutscene. Well, actually, it does do a, before we get the cutscene, it does do a basic thing. Short, medium, long determines how many, the game is kind of divided into like decks of locations. From what it looks like, standard is just 4 locations, and I think long was either 5 or 6 locations. Equipment is just kind of, says at the bottom, you know, base weapon, better weapon, some armor, or you start with jack all. Enemies, standard, weak, stronger. Not really sure exactly how they're made stronger or weaker. I'm going to guess scaling. And then the character as well. You can start with nothing, base professions, and then +1 from everything. We will play the intro cutscene, and we will play the tutorial area. Those are brand new. And we'll leave the instructions on just because I like having my handheld sometimes. So I'll shut up. And I will point out to you, one thing I really appreciate about this, and this cutscene that's coming up, is the use of color. They have a lot of things where it's like really, really muted and dark colors around the very obvious MacGuffin, and then the MacGuffin is incredibly bright, well-lit, and is like your instant focus of attention. I just love that artistic direction going with that. So anyway, I'll shut up. We're going to do the cutscene. Here we go.
Brave hero, peril descends upon the realm of Eldoria. Queen Malvina, the treacherous and evil sorceress, has unleashed her vile knights to seize the celestial prism. Since the age of forgotten heroes, the celestial prism has resided within the ancient monastery of Zephyrath. It is a place of wondrous enchantments, guarded by benevolent monks who ensure the sacred protection of the artifact. Earlier today, Queen Malvina's knights attacked the monastery. They seized the celestial prism and murdered the monks who lived within the walls. They fled with the artifact and are, as we speak, making their way across Eldoria with their prize. Queen Malvina's wickedness is poised to wreak havoc upon Eldoria. The celestial prism has the power to alter the fabric of fate, and in the hands of evil could destroy the world we hold dear. Go forth, champion. Track the knights and stop them from delivering the celestial prism to their queen. The fate of the realms is in your hands. May the radiance of past heroes light your path on this quest.
And that's the intro. It's really nice. It has everything nicely like voiced, which I can appreciate, especially when, you know, a lot of games don't necessarily have it, especially if they're text heavy. Here they have just the introduction. Welcome to the Quest of the Champion. During the game, your mission is to follow the trail of the knights who have captured the celestial prism. You must stop them from delivering the artifact to the wicked sorceress Queen Malvina. You will accomplish this mission by drawing cards, making choices, fighting terrible monsters and agents of evil, and trying to survive the hazards thrown in your path. This will not always be easy. Cards may draw randomized, except in the tutorial area of Silver Dawn, so you must use your wits to survive in an environment that can be suddenly brutal. This introductory instruction guide will help you understand the basics of the game and how it operates. Also, hello, Phidias. I played this game today. I hope you're doing well and that you enjoy. Yes. I've done a couple rounds of testing with this as well. Because I had the tutorial thing was one thing that I had like pointed out that would, because I remember the first time I played it just got dropped into it. I was like, what the hell am I supposed to do? And the tutorial does a very good job of kind of just like easing you into how all the systems work. It also gives you a couple of nice items so you're not quite on the brutal, right on the brutal steps of the world. Playing the game progresses when you draw a card. Drawing a card reveals a new element in the area that you're exploring. These elements can be treasures, monsters, dangers, locations, and even helpful NPCs. There are several different kinds of cards, each of which will be explained in the following pages. World of Eldoria. Enemies can be found around every corner, and you may draw cards. You will encounter many enemies that will engage you in combat. During combat, you'll have the option to both attack your enemy or flee. When an enemy seems overwhelming, it is sometimes to your advantage to flee the combat, or blow him up with fire potions. Enemies award experience points when you defeat them. In addition, defeating enemies allows you to automatically draw from the treasure deck. And over here they have like their defense, damage, flee, what you have to roll to flee them, health, name, and all that jazz. Some cool artwork. Some cards require to draw some cards you draw lead to random events, and you will be required to roll dice to resolve them. The higher you roll, the better the outcome. Luckily, these rolls can be altered by a character's fate attribute. Each point of fate adds 1 to the die rolls. The higher your fate score, the easier you will find it to avoid bad situations. And that's actually one reason I do kind of like starting as the wizard type characters, because they do start with a +2 on that, which kind of helps you get past the dreaded 1 through 10 results, because those are always absolutely awful, and they get truly terrible as you get later on into the game. Choice cards are quite handy. You encounter cards that have choices but do not require a roll. These are called choice cards and will offer you one of 3 choices that you can select. Some choices require the character to have over a certain amount of gold to activate, as these events often will spend some of the gold that the character has accumulated. You must pick one of these 3 choices during play, and at least one choice will be available. One thing I have found during testing is sometimes there'll be a thing with a merchant where you can either buy something from the merchant, sell your goods, or just walk away. Selling your goods does not use up the card. It still is there, so you can sell your goods and then still buy something from the merchant. And usually with the merchants, I found them to be very few and far between, and so even though there are some events where you can lose all of your gold, I almost always find it helpful to just sell all of your crap, because it is sometimes impossible to find a merchant after the first 1 or 2. I remember the last time I played through a run, I had about 1,500 gold worth of loot and about 100 gold change in my pockets, because I just could never find a merchant to unload the stuff at. Shops, speaking of, you encounter a shop during your adventure. Shop allows character to buy new equipment and boost your abilities. Shops are also a place where people can sell their loot. They have accumulated from their loot pile and convert it to gold. Loot cannot be spent until it's converted to gold. Though, admittedly, the loot thing, it just tells you the gold piece amount. It's not like the items are there. It would be kind of cool if they were there, because there have been instances before where I had like a regeneration item, and while I'm already at full health, I don't really need to have the regeneration item anymore. Can I just maybe don a different piece of equipment to get a different bonus while I don't need that regeneration, and then swap it out later? That would be nice. Location cards. As you make your way through the world of Eldoria, you'll eventually draw a location card. These cards signify that the trail of Queen Malvinia's Knights has led you to a new area. During a standard game, you'll have to travel to several areas. How many depends on the game length you select at the beginning of the game. I believe standard is 4, and then I think long is either 5 or 6. When you enter a new area, you can no longer draw cards from the area you left behind. Potions. Character starts with a limited number of potions and can gain more as the game progresses. Potions can be purchased at shops and drawn from the treasure deck. Healing potions will heal the character 8 health and can be used any time except on an enemy's turn in combat. Healing potions cannot raise a character above their maximum health score. Fire potions are thrown at the enemy. They hit automatically and do 8 points of damage. They can only be used during combat on a character's turn. Experience points. As character moves through the game, world battling enemies and exploring random events, they will accumulate experience points. Every time a character gains 30 experience points, they will gain a level of expertise in their chosen profession. There is no upper limit to the number of levels a character can gain, so acquiring experience points is always important. In fact, oftentimes I have found when there are lots of other things available, the XP is generally going to be the best option, because you get a stat point every single time you get that 30 XP, and it is very, very handy to get those stat points. And then we come to leveling up. When a character has gained enough experience points to level up, they will be granted the option to increase one of their attributes. Different attributes contribute to different abilities in the game. More information can be found by clicking on the info button at the top of the main play screen. It's usually art up appearance, very handy. But yeah, so you get your mastery, which is your damage. I keep wanting to call it might, because mastery is just straight damage, and it almost feels to me like might fits that better. But so if I slip into that, that's what I mean when I say might, is I mean mastery. Speed's your defense, accuracy is how well you can hit things, and fate is how well you do on random events. And then at the end, if you can survive that far, you can fight a final boss. So it may not necessarily be Queen Malvinia. There are 8 other final bosses. I have encountered, I think, 4 or 5 others, and it kind of depends on the final zone you get to, plus some other bits and bobs. But I think I've encountered like a Elf Witch, Master Assassin, a powerful knight of some kind or another, and then like a Lich, I think it was. The ones I've run into. But anywho, the pursuit begins. The Royal Scouts report troubling news. Queen Malvinia's wicked knights are on the move, and even worse, the evil sorceress queen discovered your involvement and has put a price on your head in hopes that someone will stop your pursuit of her knights. You hear rumors whispered in shadowy corners that other beings of foul intent may also be trying to track the knights and gain control of the celestial prism before it reaches the queen. You can't let them get there before you do. Your goal is to uncover valuable information that will reveal the footsteps of your adversaries and lead you to the celestial prism. Regardless of the dangers that lie ahead, you make a solemn vow to halt the evil knights and protect the realm of Eldoria from danger. With good looks like these, we can't fail. Silverdawn. After being chosen by the king for this important mission, he bids you to ready yourself for the ventures ahead. He suggests you quickly explore some important locations in his castle and the city of Silverdawn before leaving to pursue the knights. The king's command fills you with a sense of urgency. You walk out of the castle's grand hall, gazing at the intricate banners and polished stone walls that echo the pride and history of this peaceful city. The soft golden light filtering through the stained glass windows cast vibrant hues over the marble floors, illuminating your path towards the treasury, your first stop on the path to adventure. So here we have the normal interface. We have high scores, which, all my other wonderful characters I've done. Zorian died. McTesterson was my first character, and they made through. They were also a battle mage. Elwyn was a... I want to say... I don't remember which one that one was. I think that was just... I think that one was an assassin, and she ended the game. Longbow-Man, that was a scout who played in long campaign settings, and then Adele, that was one of the bug ones. She actually encountered the final boss in the first level. And it was hilarious to encounter a boss at that low of a level. But yeah, so we've got the high scores, we've got the tutorial, which kind of goes over things we already talked about before, the info panel, which goes over things from the character select screen, and then we have the settings. I do like that we have faster dice rolls, we may turn that on, and the background music and sound effects were not here before, so let me tweak my sound settings just a bit, because I was at negative 16.5. And come on, 16.5. There we go. Now, yeah, I noticed in the main game things it didn't have that, but that's probably just because this is just an issue of beta. Sound effects leave at that. I think that shouldn't be too loud, but we'll go from there. So yeah, this is where our locations are. We have a number of draws left in this location. Our potions, and by the way, there's a Destiny potion, which is not in the tutorial because it was literally just added today, from what I've been told. Essentially, you get a die bonus on all your rolls, you get an extra die on all your rolls, and you can only get it for like 6 rolls. Here are my stats, things, stuff, inventory with our slots. So you have our shield bracers, armor, wand, 4 damage, gloves, boots, ring, helmet. Some of those items are very rare. So anyway, let's get started. Step through the heavy iron-bound doors of the King's Treasury. Ornate chests are stacked along the walls, and the scent of metal and ancient wood fills the air. 2 armored guards, their hands resting on the hilts of their swords, watch over the wealth of Silverdawn. An official in finely tailored robes steps forward, giving you a courteous nod. The king has instructed to supply you with gold in your journey. Of course, we'll need to ensure there's an appropriate amount. And by appropriate, good luck. I ain't getting shit. That is how it usually goes. Alright, so now I've got a little bit of gold in my pockets. I step into the library. The air is thick with the scent of paper, leather bindings, and the faint traces of incense. Golden light filters in from high arched windows, casting a warm glow over rows of books and scrolls. As you approach the heart of the library, you see an area dedicated to arcane studies. Its shelves filled with thick volumes of magical artifacts, mythical relics, and ancient lore of Eldoria. Somewhere on these countless pages lies information regarding the celestial prism. You should learn as much as you can about the artcraft before you are sent off to find it. And again, I can't roll for shit. Next one. NPC, combat trainer. You find yourself standing before the combat trainer, a tall man with a face carved with countless battle scars, his gaze intense. scrutinizing me as I walk, as I'm having my worth measured. Let's ad-lib this a bit. He clears his throat and says, "Ah, the king has sent word that he wants you as prepared as possible. You have a choice. I can grant you a health potion to keep you on your feet of battle, on your feet in the heat of battle, or a metal shield to guard you against the swords and spells that may come at you." He takes a step back and eyeing you once more, or perhaps take nothing at all and rely on your wits and your strength. It's your decision, and you're an idiot for doing it. I will take the bracers because there it goes. The bracers for +1 defense. Everyone can equip those. I will be happy to do that. I'm an 11. Alright. And now, the combat trainer nods once you've made your choice and motions you to follow him across the training yard. He leads you to where a young squire is waiting, shifting nervously from foot to foot. The squire holds a wooden sword in his hand, his grip firm, but posture slightly uncertain. The trainer glances between you and the squire, arms crossed over his chest. "This will be your first test," he says, his voice calm but commanding. "Nothing too serious, but a chance to get your footing. Let Hero take it easy on you. He knows it's only practice." And so we can see his statistics here. 9 defense, damage, health, experience, attack, flee. I think in an earlier version of this was kind of matched with like the wooden, stony kind of thing here. I think that looked a little bit better than just the black, but I think this is just a temporary thing. So we have your options to flee or attack. I'm going to try and beat the shit out of this kid, which I just did. And wow, I hit really damn hard. And I get an item. I can't use it because only warriors and rogues can wear this, so we have to loot it. Oh, that's new. So previously, it would just have like, it would just kind of have like a line, and then like your loot would kind of be on a thing below your score here. But now it's kind of in its own little bubble, which is going to be interesting. Because I know before I had like up to 4 digits, and I wonder if that'll scale down in size. Alright, now we have a seasoned knight. The combat trainer's eyes glint with a hit challenge. He gestures for you to follow him across the training grounds once more. Winning a calm, unyielding stance, he stands a knight in worn but well-kept armor. Trainer nods towards Knight, giving you a knowing look. "This one won't be as easy as the squire. Shalvik here has seen more battles than I can count, and he'll show you what a real fight is like. Expect him to go easy on you, considers a true test of your skill." Alright, so he's got +0 to hit, gives me 4 XP. And yeah, so we'll take a shot at him. We'll barely hit because we just have to meet. And because of the bracers, I'm not hit. Nice. He misses. Hits. And there we go. 4 XP. I do like the little pop-up here. I have a destiny potion. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. I think the Destiny potions, they have broken the game. Huh. Okay. Well, the good news is, I have a couple of different builds, and I think we're gonna go with the other one real quick, because, oops. Alright. Let's go to main menu. Give me a moment, because I guess I could just skip the tutorial. Maybe we'll do that. We'll skip the tutorial. Though I wonder if that'll break if I get any of these other potions. We'll go with the older looking guy. We'll see if it breaks again, and if it does, we'll just go to the other version. So we'll go to Battle Mage. And random name. Firth the Murderer. I like that. Murders people. Yeah, there's a really rare drop unexpected. I wonder if it's just... Yeah, I don't know, because like those are brand new items, and I remember from the build that ProphetSword was telling me earlier, the Destiny potions were a major problem before, and so I'm wondering if that is still the case. We'll skip that, and we'll skip the tutorial. Because, yeah, we'll see what happens. Pursuit begins. Now we're in the arid wastes, because normally after the thing, different bug, didn't come across this one. Yeah, so if you don't do the tutorial, you suddenly start in the main area, and we'll kind of just roll from here. This is going to suck. Because, yeah. I was hoping to get a little bit more stat padding. But with 3d6, your average is going to be... might be a 10 on average. So I've got, like... there we go. I've got some odds to hit. But... because, yeah, your average is going to be, like, essentially 3.5 per d6, so... yeah. One thing I did notice, too, is when I get hit, because the dice rolls are pretty quick, but then there's, like, a pause when it deals damage to the player. Oh, thank God. Yes, please. Here we go. Alright. So at least they're not hitting me as easily. And hey, I got a thing. Can't do anything with that. Other potions should work fine. Dusty potion currently broken. Sort of. It's all good. It's all good. Prophet. That's the developer. Everybody it is ProphetSword there. Oh jeez, these guys. So what's really brutal is like in these first areas is like right off the rip, like this thing just does. Especially if I didn't have the damage, or he'd be doing 3 damage a hit, and is incredibly accurate. And like some of these monsters are just like really freaking brutal. We've lost about, I think, almost 10 health at this point. Just from the lion. Because he hit me about 5 times, 4 or 5 times. As you can see, we kill the monsters, collect gold, it's pretty quick. And the art is really good, especially with the animated backgrounds there in the thing. And, sucks a lot, sucks a little, and doesn't suck at all. And it still sucks. Fuck. Okay. Let's see what happens. I'm really glad I got that robe early on, or I'd be like turbo hosed more than I already would be. And can't use that either. Alright, that's enough for the first level. We need some accuracy so we can actually hit things. Gotcha, Prophet. Accuracy. Alright, let's see what else happens. Hey, look! Evening, Cabbage. Howdy, howdy. Some Conan looking stuff there. Yeah, sometimes I feel for like a first zone. How it goes? Trying out a new game. My friend ProphetSword has made this one. It's called Quest of the Champion. But yeah, like, this is what I'd expect more out of, like, a starting guy, but, like, some of those ones where it's just, like, 3 damage plus 3 to hit, it's like, oof. Because if I hadn't gotten lucky, I would have just gotten absolutely shredded by that other guy. And even still, like, the only reason I'm doing as well as I'm is because I have that innate damage reduction. I really need like a regeneration item or something. And I can't use that either. Yeah, that's one thing I've noticed is this game, it will very often just absolutely just shit on you really hard for events and stuff. And I can't buy anything. Well, flee is a lot more useful now. Can be hard to come back from a start. Well, the problem with fleeing, though, is you give up the chance to get any XP, and you still have the chance to get hurt. So it's lose-lose if you flee. You don't get the XP, you don't get the loot, and you still have a chance to get hurt. And that's kind of the problem you run into, is like you give up a lot if you flee. And it makes almost... like, it almost makes less sense to flee than just throw your hat at it, and if you die, just restart sometimes, just because it... unless it's like something like terribly difficult, it's really not worth the flee. Like, if I found... I know there's monsters out there do like 8 or 9 damage in this zone that have like probably like 16 HP. Those I would flee against, but something I can like feasibly kill in 3 turns. Those are the ones where it's just like, But also, on the same token, out of all the health I've lost, I think I've probably lost about 2/3 of it from events. And you can't flee those. You just have to eat the damage. But yeah, it's hard to come back from a rough start, too. Almost every one of my starts, unless it were kind of like this, is it's like really, really absolutely crushing sometimes. The tutorial gives you at least some like starter gear, which really helps a lot with it, because you're not quite so on your own, but like just a straight start is really brutal. And I really don't need damage, but boots are really hard to get. Oh, why is that ratted out? It shouldn't be ratted out. That's really weird. Okay. I think that's a bug. Oh, thank God. That is weird. Yeah. At first I was like, oh shit, I just spent 150 gold and I can't even use that thing. But yeah, fleeing just feels like a very... we are testing... We are absolutely cabbage. But yeah, just in general, fleeing doesn't feel like a good tactic to take, given how important it is to get gold, to get the treasure, and to get the experience. It feels like... while it may save your character on that particular fight, it almost feels like you'll kick yourself in the nuts down the road by fleeing. Because there have been a couple times where I came up on the final boss and I was like 2 or 3 XP short, and I accidentally fled a single monster. And it's just like, I could have gotten an extra level before going into the final fight. Ooh, let's see. 10 gold. Agree that you should fight if you can. I did try to run early, that hadn't come into a head some went well. Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, you're with how swing it is on getting drug. Yeah, with so much RNG, like, you want to try and remove as much of it as you can from your run, and getting kills gives you good RNG in that you're always going to get a loot roll, you're always going to get XP, as opposed to fleeing and hoping you might get a roll later. It's like one in hand versus two in the bush, and that's why I just. Fleeing doesn't feel like an optimal thing, even though like I may lose the run. Like I can probably, instead of like fleeing and then getting further and then dropping out later, if I drop out now, I can save the time on the run and just start a new run. And that's why I don't feel fleeing is necessarily the best thing. I really don't want to spend that money on that healing potion, but I have almost no health. I'm about to pop that healing potion for more health. It's the most important resource. It is until it isn't. So the problem with the thing with health is depending on how quickly, essentially, once I'm out of the first zone, the scaling is much better from what I've found. And usually in the second zone forward, most enemies can get like one shot because of how the scaling happens to work out. And so health doesn't matter because you just don't take damage if you can just one-shot them. Fine statement, the final hit point is the most important. Right. And then, so there's that, and then there's also, like, other things where, like, health is just so much in flux. You find items, you find events, all these other things. It doesn't seem as important as XP and then loot rolls that you can guarantee. Like, we've already seen my health go. I've popped, I think, 3 potions. I've already gotten 1 back. I found 2 health events. I've also lost health in 4 events. Like, health is, like... Yeah, and then this is, like, the 4th one of the... Like, I think the 4th one of these damage events, yeah. Well, it's not even necessarily difficult. It's more that it always feels like with how the tuning is in the first zone, your character isn't really scaled up at all. And so it's less difficult. Difficulty would imply I am working against something. It's purely just that all the mechanics are already stacked against you, and so you just need to try and get through the first zone as quickly as you can to get somewhere else. Because I've noticed, like, as long as I can get out of the first zone, everything's easy and no problem at all. The first zone is literally the hardest one, even if I come out of there with only like level 2 or 3. It's just the first zone is just a little overly stacked. I feel. Point of position. Right. But I'm also saving because I know this zone likes to have dragons that come in with like 16 health and 6 damage, and I'd like to have it for that. And also they're incredibly rare, so I'm gonna maybe save it for potentially the boss that comes up at any point. Or, like, stuff like this. He's got 20 health. Does 4 damage. Like, this is why I'm saving my potions. So we can do some of this stuff here. And actually get through this with a minimum amount of resource loss. And that's why I was specifically saying, because that would have normally been like... I would have had to have rolled 12 on 3d6, which means I'm only getting that 40% of the time, which means, what, 2 out of 5 times I'm actually going to hit, and I have to hit him 4 times to kill him. All the whole while, he can hit me on average every single time. So it's better to save those potions for these, like, mini-boss encounters than to just do it on, oh, it's this thing that's like, yeah, he's hitting me for 3 damage every other turn, but I'd much rather do it on something that can hit me for, like, double that very quickly, because I've encountered stuff like that in the first zone. Yay! Good, you try and get the other. Yeah. Well, admittedly, like, the Destiny Potion, I only have 1. I need to make it count. That dragon would, or that little ice elemental would have ended the run if I wouldn't have popped it then. Even these guys, I'm, like, still very, it's like... Because the issue is, like, they're very, very accurate. Like, he hits me 100% time on average. Like, because the average roll on 3d6 is going to be 10. So he's always going to hit me on average. And so, whereas for me, I have to at least get average to do it. And it's just like the math ain't great. Oh, thank God. I always hate the ones where it's like bad, worse, bad, and not so terrible. And stuff like this where it's just like I would have to roll 12s, I'd have to get 4 hits to be able to do enough damage. Spellcasting having lower defense of the classes. Well, you say that, but the thing is like, in most of my runs, the defense has also usually been similarly as terrible. Unless I started in the tutorial and had good armor, like, or like got lucky with armor, my defense is usually 12 to 14. I've never really had an issue with, like, I've always had issues just getting hit and being and hitting. So I have not found the class difference has not meant anything for me in terms of actual, like, numbers. They've made more of a difference in, like, things that I can't replicate through items. So the damage reduction, or like the experience gain. So I feel it's less, not even really a trade-off. It's more just where do you want your initial stats to be, because the gear, by the second zone, the gear doesn't matter anymore, and you're purely relying on your stats to do anything else. We're just gonna flee. We fail to flee. Here we go. Because that's not worth it. But yeah, so if you got fights like that where it's just absurdly hard, and you got things like this, which is just like, what? Class having +1 can't be taken away through a... Well, no. The trick is, though, all of the other classes are given attributes. The Knight, for example, he's given +1... what I think it was a +1 accuracy. It can be taken away. The Barbarian gets +1 mastery. That can be taken away as well. Like, their things can be absolutely taken away. Whereas the damage reduction benefit of the Battle Mage cannot be taken away at all. Or the XP gain of the Scout cannot be taken away at all. And that's the other thing, is just like the other ones, because they just get a +1 bonus onto the... yeah. It doesn't make a lot of sense to go for a class, because, like, going over to the thing we were talking about with, like, spellcasters having worse defense than other classes, the difference is 1 defense between plate armor and my robes. It's 1 defense. So if I was a warrior right now, I'd have a 13 defense. My defense is virtually the exact same between classes. And that's what I was trying to say, is like the class really doesn't matter for, like, my defense and my damage and stuff like that. It more depends on what is something I cannot replicate through gear. True, actually, the bonuses can't be removed. Knights get a +1 defense on the first exclusive defense. Fair enough, fair enough. Maybe I'm just looking at maybe this stuff, but even still, +1 defense. So yeah, in that case, then the Knight would be at a 13, which means he's getting hit on a 10 instead of a 9. It's fine. It's not. It's. I can, if I get a level up, it's the exact same thing. It's like, it doesn't really feel meaningful enough to me to, like, really go, yes, I'm really feeling my advantage of being a Knight here. Because, like, I can usually either get through potions or level ups or anything else to effectively mimic that. Whereas I think I've seen, like, 2 pieces of gear give damage reduction, and if you take that piece of gear, you give up regeneration, or you give up another attribute bonus. Oh, I will ask for healing. But I will stand corrected, though, on the thing. We'll get damage reduction on armor, but it's not guaranteed. Scout bonus is not mimicked, it's weaker early, stronger later. We did the math on it, me and one of my other friends who was testing it, and the scout usually ends up getting only an extra level, which is 1 stat point, because you get maybe about, because it's 1 XP per thing, you're going to run through it about an extra, about 50 to 80 encounters, so you might get a second level out of it, depending on your deck length, because it's only when you get XP, and so, like, I think the first area I only had maybe, like, 10, it didn't really feel... It felt like it was on par with everyone else, where you get 1 bonus attribute point compared to everyone else. I only felt the scout really useful in longer games. Which, admittedly, as you say, weaker early on, stronger later. But in a short game, like, the scout is very underpowered compared to the others. Yay! And yeah, I do know they can both get damage reduction on armor, but usually I found, even though damage reduction is a thing, with how the scaling works with the attacks and damage rolls, the regeneration works out a little bit better if you can consistently start one-shotting monsters into the second, third areas, because they never get to swing back. And so you're always just constantly regenerating health, as opposed to only taking reduced damage if you get hit in the first place. Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, I could get the, like, if I'm given the option of armor that's 3 defense plus 1 damage reduction, or armor that's 3 defense plus 1 regeneration, take the regeneration every time, because so many things, like, your health is going up and down all the time. Oh, thank God. Give me accuracy so I can actually hit things, please. Dwarf, random roll event. Yay! Cool, another fate. And I think we should probably be in okay shape now. If I don't get fucking mulched. Yeah, he's gonna hit me on an 8, which he should hit me... I don't know how that happened. Alright. I'm not looking to gift worm in the mouth. That's also right. I think like the universal ones, it doesn't know how to handle those. But yeah, this is why when I look at like barbarians and stuff like that, and I understand that the battle mages, their wands scale up a bit higher, because I have that's for 4, 5, 6, so my base would only be 2, base 1. Because I think when I did my assassin run, I was using a +2 damage thing for the longest time, and so I'd be doing like a lot less damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'd be doing 4 damage a hit, but on the same token, the rogue also had they had like a 17 defense at that point though instead. So the amount of damage I deal relative to the damage I'm receiving still remained about the same. Because while I'm not two-shotting it as the wizard, the rogue's just not getting hit, and so it never felt to me like that damage was that big of a thing. Okay, thank God. Okay. And this is where it sucks, because that... Okay. Because I always hate it like when you lose an attribute, because those are painful. Because I've had 0 stats before, and that was always brutal. But yeah, that's another thing too, is like, I'd say maybe about like a third to only like a third of these cards are actual combat cards, and it feels like a lot of the time, like the combat attributes aren't as handy as they could be, whereas like damage reduction is always going to be useful, because in almost every single card you're on, you can be either taking damage or avoiding damage. Yeah. So I don't... The only thing I don't like about the bad events is when they drop stats. Like, stats suck, because you can level up and then immediately lose your level. Which is like, crap. How many potions do I have left? Got 1 left. really need like a regen item or something. Or level up would work too. Oh, nice. Alright. So we have... it's nice seeing loot potions that boost stats on it. Yeah, and that's why I was going back to earlier with like fleeing and stuff like that. Like, fleeing means you skip a loot roll. And like loot rolls, from what I found, especially like once you've starting to get going, like that, being able to constantly get in those lucky rolls has just been so handy. Do I want to do that, or do we just want to keep going with the attack bonus and just consistently hitting? We're just going to do Fate. I think I did a good option to do the Fate, because it's another 6 XP. Finally had the gold. Because that would have been another thing. Favorite things is getting Fate. Yeah, Fate at 8 usually is like 7 to 8 is like the sweet spot, because then you stop getting the bad rolls. Because even if you get the triple ones with Fate of 8, you always get past the first bracket. Yeah, that's like one of my breakpoints. Like to have like the 7 to 8 Fate makes that really comfy, and then accuracy at about the same value. Yeah, exactly. +4 to hit. Well, I guess we're gonna get hit anyway. Yeah, I'm not too worried about the damage, because 8 damage is effectively the same as 7 damage in these instances here, because it's always going to take 2 damage, or 2 rounds to kill this thing, so having more than 7 right now doesn't bother me. And like a lot of the things in this center are kind of like that too, that they're always going to take 2 rounds, which is why I'm never really worried about mastery and damage. Because like certain breakpoints just don't matter. Or past certain breakpoints, it just doesn't matter. Because like 4 is a good one, 6 is a good one, and I guess 8 is a good one, or the 4, 6, 8, like the even numbers I found to be pretty useful. It's the first time I've ever seen this drought. I've played this probably about 5 or 6 times at this point. That would be nice, but can't. Because like I really don't care about defense, the regeneration is the bigger thing. Yeah. Yeah, it always just feels disappointing as a caster, just seeing all the other cool loot that everyone else can have, and you just can't do anything with it. Okay. For 4. I'm hosed if I don't flew that. Yes, I've missed out on enough for a level up and 2 loot rolls. But I'm not dead, I guess. Oh, thank God. And then this is what's really the frustrating part, is like you'll go into a shop and there's just not a thing you can buy. Yeah, maybe I'll get something good though. No. No. And so it's, yeah, it's because like that's kind of where I go, where it's just like, ah, yeah, the novice wand stuff with 4 damage. The number of times I've seen like high damage, that would be nice. Yeah, because that's the problem right now is like I get the starting advantage of my wand doing a lot of more damage than like a starting longsword would, but like the availability I see with warrior and rogue gear, where it's just like they can reliably get up to that 3 damage, and so it's only a 1 point difference in the thing. And at that point, it's just a little bit of a defense difference, and it's just not really. Yeah, having shops where I can actually have something useful, ooh, that would make it so much better and like much more. Ugh. That sucks. That would. I guess I might be able to purchase one of these. Fate, accuracy, or defense. Probably have to at this point because I don't have. Haven't gotten anything else to. Fuck it. We've committed. I could have gotten that. Runaway Rebel. I want to roll a 10. Oh, no. Whew. I was like, I'm gonna be down at 1 health. This one to hit. I should be alright from this. Nope. But yeah, it's trippy running into this Roseport City where it's just the monsters aren't hitting nearly as hard as the first 2 areas. And it's just like so much easier. And admittedly, I'm not complaining about the break, but it's just the difficulty drop has been very, very dramatic. I guess we'll do that one. Get a level. And we'll do, because I'm hitting fairly accurately. I just want to get off that. I want to get the fate high enough so I don't have to worry about that and get better rolls. Because of stuff like this. Just 2 damage. I should be able to swing this. Should being a keyword. Ooh, that's not good. Yay, RNG. There we go. But even then, that's only like 1 point difference. Damn it. My mastery's 0 anyway. Sure. I'm back up to 8 damage. Okay. Go. Need more attack. It almost always feels like I'm at the same chances to hit no matter what. But yeah, these guys are just like so much easier than the last 2 areas. we're gonna... Nope. I was gonna say, I think we're gonna die. Or will this do it to me? Yeah, I think this is gonna be the one. Yep. And this is the second time I've lost the game. Yeah, second time total. Every other time I've been able to go through it without any issues like that. I imagine if I did the tutorial and got some of the handouts, I would have been able to pull some stuff off. Because that's usually what makes a big difference there, too. Because the tutorial does help. Yeah, because I think every single time I've done a fresh start without the tutorial, it's been pretty absolutely brutal. But we'll do it another time. We'll give it another go. Alright. Stop the thing. Alright, 31 things. Dark Crypt. Nothing happens. Tomb Guardian. Hey, I'll take that. Hey! There we go. But yeah, like stuff like this is like compared to the first one, this is like so much less brutal. Because I think in my other playthroughs, the graveyard was a really good place for me as well because the enemies just weren't as cracked out as some of the other zones I've seen. Like the steps and the ice place seem particularly difficult, more so than other places. I'll take gold. Ooh, we'll take the attribute. Nice. Necromancer. I need to get my damage up to like 7 or 8. Actually, I need to get my accuracy up so I can actually hit people. Seem harder than others. I don't actually know if that's just it. From what Prophet was telling me, some zones were done earlier than others, and they're a bit more cracked out because of that, because they were like the first ones. And so I recall, I remember him specifically saying that like the not the plains, but like the desert area was done at first. Yeah, starting the area waste last time, it needs to be toned down. Yeah, and so that was actually like on my first playthrough. I did a battle mage as well, and I started in the area zone, and it was a similar slog to get through. I went through all of my starting potions, got hit with a bunch of bad events, and it was just the whole thing was like that consistently. That town also is pretty rough too. I've had a couple of the other playthroughs I've done. The town has been brutal. The Frosty place has been hit and miss. It's been difficult, but it hasn't been like bad. But like this place is like so much more like, this is what I expect as a fresh player coming in, is like difficult to hit things, but nothing's like too terribly like soul crushing. Whereas like the Arid is just like, ugh. Because I think when on my first playthrough I did the Arid in the Dark Graveyard, and my character came to life essentially in the graveyard. Because they were able to kind of catch their breath and like get leveled up, get geared up. Wow, that was a triple one. Let's check twos. Yay! I definitely do. Like, I don't know what it is. I guess in this build I've been getting a lot more gear because, like, almost always when I've been going through these playthroughs, I'll usually get A armor, and I'll usually get one of these, either a ring, a boot, or a glove, and then that'll be all I really get, plus a weapon. Like, I almost always get a weapon. I'll sometimes 50-50 get armor, and then, like, I think I'll usually get one of these 3 slots filled out on a run. And yeah, it's the every item seems just to be redded out. I would love to have XP. This is gonna suck. I'll take that health. So that's a lot. That spares me a potion for a round. Hellish Grave. Fuck. God damn it. That hurts, because I'm actually kind of good on health. Do that, I guess. Yeah, so like, I just need... Just need that higher damage threshold. Cause yeah, it's 3 turns no matter what I take to kill him here. So the wizard's itemization bonus with extra damage still feels kind of the same as if I had lower damage. But I got a level. But yeah, ooh, that's nice. Shame I can't use it. And accuracy. See, I found at least like 2 accuracies the first breakpoint for there, so you're just not whiffing all of the time. Because otherwise, like, it's just brutal without any accuracy. I say as I still don't have shit. Ugh. Oh, thank God. Okay. Fate, accuracy, or... We'll do Fate. And just kind of hope that we're going to get a lot of events. Let's say to hell with you. Probably didn't need to do that, but that felt like a safe thing to do. And I should have saved it for that. Because, oof. You got 12 to flee it. Yay! Alright, and then this is where I may pop this. Then again, I think I'll be alright. Yeah, I'll take that. I'm fine with either 8 HP or a random attribute. Nice. That puts me almost back up full. I think that fate point I spent was well worth it. Oof. I think experience is the least bad of the three. Though. Yay. I actually do kind of want this to be good because 20 health would do absolutely nothing for me right now. And yeah, that would have been absolutely fucking terrible if I got that. So yeah, that'll work. I think this was... I think that was my last Destiny thing. Yeah, I think that was the last Destiny one I had. I don't know, maybe. No, I see it's going... It starts... Okay, I see it's... I got 2 rounds left, okay. This will just be a +1 then. Okay, I got it now. Even though it's been explained to me multiple times how it works. I think I would feel less salty about the gearing thing if only rogues could wear the leather and only warriors could wear the plate. Then I would feel less salty. But right now, like, warriors can pick and choose from all 3 of the gear things, and they can just get geared up so much more quickly. Kinda gonna go with that healing potion. Somehow hit. There we go. Yeah, I did suck losing 15 XP, but I feel it was better than losing 20 life for an random attribute. There we go, that's a level. I think I'm going to take another fate point. Though admittedly accuracy might actually be the better play, so we'll do that. Because like I'm just missing them a lot of the time. Nice. That worked. Try to work. I do apologize for anyone who's watching this later as a VOD that I'm skipping through all these things, because the text is really well written, and the lore is nice, and the artwork's really good. It is definitely worth, on your first playthrough, just reading through it all and just kind of like absorbing it all in. Gold is 12 gold. Yay! Cool. What do we get? Hey, 80 damage. Still 3 rounds to kill it. Then it'd be 3 rounds to kill it until I had 9 damage, so it doesn't matter. And this is where I'm just like, you know, for the damage things, if my mastery was at 1, 3 turns to kill it. My mastery's at 4, 3 turns to kill it. Or 2, it would be, yeah, 2 or 3, it's all still 3 turns to kill. It's only when it's 4 when it becomes 2 turns. How much XP is he worth? 7. Quite a bit. Hopefully it just doesn't, like, mark me for all my health. Which probably will. Or not. Who knows? God, these dice rolls. Town. I'll be right if I completely. Oh, neat. That works. 2 damage. Ooh. Damn. I mean, health actually kind of works out really well. I was like, I'm happy with the health. 10 XP. Oh, hell yeah, there we go. And that's a level. Kind of caught up to where I should be. More fate. Yeah, I definitely feel the fate was a good option. Still give me 3 turns, but just need to get the accuracy up. God, this is frustrating. Not frustrating, just annoying, I would say. Just like miss. Okay. Hey, handy. Alrighty. Banshee. Go gadget, not get fucked. Haha! Absolutely. Wish I had the money. But I'll take that. And hopefully... There we go, we're at full health going into the 3rd zone. Alright. Icy place. And see, there's just like the scaling is just like, just nuts. Like, cool, I have +4 to hit. I still have to get an 11 plus. It doesn't even really feel like I got anywhere with it. That's doable. Give me an item for the love of God. Warrior item. Oh, no. That'll work. That'll put my damage up to 8. Damn. I was hoping for that. Yeah, no, that works out because I was like, I really wish I was hitting a little bit harder, but that kind of makes it work because now I've hit almost the next break point for the magic 9 damage. Because I don't think I've really seen any, outside of bosses, I don't think I've seen anything over like 20 health typically. So that's usually at least a 2-rounder. So if I get like one more random, if I can get a better weapon or if some type of random stat boost to might, we're golden. That's a level. Fate. So that gets about like an 8. We're just gonna keep doing that because just a third of this deck is gonna be like encounters. And if we can get good on the encounters, that usually handles the healing issue, the health issue, pretty well. So I rolled nothing but shit. Getting robes would be really nice too. Because I think, yeah, I've made 355 gold so far of selling things. I've gotten to get 1 item. I haven't been at a single store yet, I don't think. Oh no, I was at the one because I think I got that ring actually. I take that back, I was at the store. 20 health, 14 defense. I think it's like 6 accuracy where I start to feel good about my thing, because then like you only need to get an 8 on 3d6 to actually hit the thing, and that feels pretty consistent. Hey, there we go. That's nice. See, that one's working, interestingly enough. That was a big jump on my defenses, too. Alright, let's see what happens. Nothing happens. Damn. Something for the XP. I will absolutely get that gold. Or send that gold. One more. That's all we need. Ha! Suck it with snake eyes. Thank God. Alright, now we have a reasonable amount of defense. Now that we actually have a piece of armor. Ugh. He still hits me on a 10 up, but hey, I'll take it. This is going to take 5 rounds to hit. And I need to roll an 11. He's got to roll a 10. Let's see what happens. I feel decent about it. Until he starts rolling really well. As long as we're both missing, it's not, I guess it's not that bad. I think this is the second time I've had this come up. Yeah, I've had my loot before hit over 1,000. Ooh. I'll take that. Oh. Kills me. Say love you. $15 defense, jeez. Well, one more round. Can I get it? No, I can't. That'll do it, though. Magic item? I got a level at least. Magic item? I already have that. Accuracy, please. Though, like, 8 is when essentially we just start auto-winning all of the damn fate rolls, though. Yeah. Yeah, it's 2 rounds for him. I can't help but wonder, but sometimes... Wonder sometimes if the fate helps if you get lots of item rolls. Hey! Why do warriors have to wear the shadow armor? That feels very thiefy. Yeah, I'm definitely glad I put that point in the fate. Oh, thank God. Look at that, I went from 26 to 600. That's nice. Oh, there we go. That'd be cool, but hey, no, we'll take that. Equip. Yes, please. Can I sell my loot? No? Damn it. I was hoping. Alright, that works. And then this bullshit right here is like, oh cool, my defense went up. Not really. They still require a 10 to hit me. They needed a 10 to hit me the entire game. That's why I'm like, defense doesn't matter. They needed 10 to hit me the entire fucking game. The real win was the fate on the armor more than anything else. At least we got plenty of potions. If we hit. There we go. Right. I think on a lot of my other playthroughs, I usually do accuracy first and then worry about... Oh, that's going to be handy. And then worry about fate as a secondary thing. Elven Force. I'm going to get the elf lady as the thing. Yeah, it's 11 to hit me. 3 XP. Does 2 damage a hit? Should be able to manage that. Almost feels like, yeah, just. Alright. She hits for 2 per. One more. There we go. Need some more healing events. Okay. Oh, thank God. That's what I needed. Oh. Oh, hell yes. That's exactly what I needed. That was really good right there. And there's another attributes, and my accuracy problem just got fucking fixed. Went from 4 to 6. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Yeah, that 6 for the accuracy seems to be like, it just feels like a break point. And there's a level. We're gonna go over with another, I can't do anything with that. We're gonna go with another point of accuracy. We already have the minimum we need for fate, so at this point it's just all icing on the cake. Because even if I drop my item that's +1 fate, I'll still be at 8, which is enough for the minimum roll. Yeah, all my damage items have just been like, still using the starter weapon. I got the boots and the gloves, but that's it. Yeah, now I can hit on a 7, which means I'm going to be essentially hitting fairly consistently. I'm really tempted to just... I should have done a last turn if I wanted to do it. Yeah, now that I actually have the accuracy, I can just hit every single time. So that'll probably make it a little bit easier, though I think this is the last zone, I think. Gift of health or gift of XP? I will take the health. I'm doing okay with XP and stuff. We're good. Yay! Health warrior. Alright, speed or mastery. If we do the mastery, that does up the damage to 10, and I have had nothing to increase my damage except for those stat increases, so I will take the damage. Still takes 3 turns. feels like 16 defense, one way or the other, feels like a good break point too. Because I noticed that on like the rogues and stuff like that when I started, when they had like usually very quickly a 16 or a 17, and that was usually all they needed to start uploading a lot of hits. You know, we'll do that. Kind of want. Sure. 10 feet. Okay. Okay. There's the 8th point of accuracy. Yeah, it's like with the fate things, once after a point you start steamrolling the lucky. Though at this point I was at, what, 600 gold last time when I sold off, so I've gotten like 800 gold worth of loot. That looks like Geralt. Just a tree. Really? Well, that's the second time I've almost lost a full level from XP loss. Oh, speaking of. Alright, what do we got? Can't equip, can't equip. That's kind of a side grade. But on the same token, I'm already doing really good on Fate. I'm almost willing to swap that out, but for 260 gold, though. It's like again, like a random item, it's like, get +2 accuracy for 200 gold. I'm like, I'd rather just have the gold. Or buy a potion of speed. 8 XP or 8 health. I'm gonna kind of lean towards the health. Because I suspect I'm getting very close to the end, and I'd like to be as topped off as I can be. Well, there we go. Well, there we go. Alright, there's another +1 to all attributes. And there's that. Right? Still 2 turns. Still 2 fucking turns. God damn it. One defense and 1 fate. But I lose a damage. 2 stats are better than 1 though. Even if I lose the damage. Because, yeah, I'd like to have even more fate, and then the extra little bit of defense does put me at 18, which is another good break point. And did we get mastery? And another accuracy. Alright, I'll take it. Yeah, and like I said, the break points are also, it's just like 12 would have been 24 damage in 2 turns versus 22. It's still 3 turns no matter how you hash it. Well, no, I guess it would have been 3 turns if I had the 12 damage, because that would have been just enough to kill it in 3 turns. So that does, I did kind of lose the thing, but it is worth 10 XP, so I somehow still missed. Part of me wants to throw the fire potion. Part of me really wants to throw the fire potion. We'll see if I begrudge myself for it. Oh yeah, should have thrown it. But yeah, the damage reduction, just because it's been so... Yeah, we'll do that. The damage reduction has just been so handy because, like, it just is so hard to come by. I will gain health because I'm actually kind of low on that and I only have 2 potions. And that guy, like, sat down a lot of my health. He still needs a 13 to hit me, which I should be okay with. As he rolls... No, didn't get me. Ooh. There we go. That's our last level. We're definitely going to do the might. Because, or mastery. Just because that gets me that break point for the damage I was kind of wanting. Elf home. Treasure item. Kind of nice if the item's almost scaled for what tier you were in. Alright, this should be the boss. If I'm not mistaken. Because I think it's just the... Nope. Okay, 5 then. Weird. Some of the others I was only getting 4. Maybe it was the build I was on. Because, like, we had a thing when we were doing it the other day. We each ran 2 games, so a total of 4 games, and each one ended on the standard difficulty at 4. Oh, but we were doing a tutorial, though. So I'm willing to bet the tutorial counts as one of the areas, so that when you do a standard link, it does 4 areas plus a tutorial for the 5th one. But since I didn't do the tutorial... Ah, okay, so that might be a bug then, because, like, normally you're supposed to do the 5. Yeah, the standard's 5 areas, but when you run the tutorial, you only get 4. You get the tutorial plus 4 more. You don't actually get to the 5th area. Because me and my buddy, when we ran it the other night, we only got... But the thing is, like, the tutorial isn't, like, I wouldn't consider tutorial a real area. It's kind of just kind of getting your feet wet. Because it's also only, like, 12 cards, too. That explains a lot, because I was just sitting there and was like, normally I'm not supposed to get 4, aren't I supposed to get like 5 full zones, but I was only getting 4. That makes a lot of sense now, because I'm sitting there like, because like I was even telling my friend the other day about it, I was like, hey, I'm supposed to get 5, and we were both getting 4. I'm like, I don't know what the hell's going on with that. Oh, Destiny potion ruin your run, since we know they're like, I mean, we'll see. I do keep drawing treasure cards. Interestingly enough, I haven't seen a single shield, which is really weird. Because, like, I would at least consistently see shields. I haven't seen a single shield this entire run. It's been, like, bracers, which... Admittedly, those are in the same spot, but it's just weird that I haven't even seen a shield. That's essentially 4 defense, so that doesn't really matter. Troglodyte Thief. Can't believe you missed me on an 18. Jeez. Speaking of, there's a shield. All is well in the world. Oh, wow. Wow, so I have to, like, really, literally roll snake eyes to not get the lowest result, or the middle result. That's crazy. We get speed. I just realized how unfair it is going to be for the monsters. Even with a +5, he needs to get a 15 on 3d6. Oof. No, I don't. I like my health. I don't actually need any of that. Yeah, these descriptions are really good. As you cautiously navigate the crypt's dim corridors, you suddenly find yourself face to face with an unexpected adversary. Night-clad in sinister black armor, this young, determined warrior sports short, tousled blonde hair, her unwavering gaze revealing her commitment to Queen Malvinia's cause. You've been proven quite the nuisance to Queen Malvinia's plans, and I'm here to put an end to your meddling once and for all. Knight's armor gleams ominously as she draws a menacing blade from her side. Her youthful appearance belies the unwavering resolve from which she approaches, ready to fulfill her dark mission. But yeah, the descriptions are so good, and then like the art is also pretty good too. It's like very ambiance-y, and I like it. Gas trap! Guardian. Random attribute says accuracy. Potion. Yeah, I think in most of the runs I usually got to, at least when I was running the tutorial as one of the 5 zones, I would get to about lower to mid-level 8. And I think if I wouldn't have lost almost a full level XP, I'd probably be at about 9. I wouldn't get past 9. So, yeah. Oh, those are neat. Okay. Sure. I was wondering if there were other bracers than the standard ones. It would honestly be cool if, kind of like, what was that game? Risk of Rain. Or as you've collected an item in your run, it gets like added to a library. Where like you could like look over to the different loot that you've come across in the game, just to have like an idea. That kind of would be kind of a cool thing. Also to like look at the art cards and stuff too. But yeah, when I did a long run with the scouts, and I did like it was 7 zones I think, plus the tutorial for the 8th one, and that one I got to I think level 14, which was pretty good. But I was also specifically like trying to leverage the scouts bonus XP, and so every instance I got were like gain XP or something else with XP every time just for that extra +1. And nothing bad happens. And he's only worth 2, really. I might be able to get level 9. One time on the other run I finished the other night, I actually had like 4 of these fire potions saved up, and so I got to the final boss. It was like fire, 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 whack, whack, dead. It's pretty funny. Alright, that should just about top me off. Can I get 1 fight? Yes. Yes, that'll put me exactly at 9. Does not get much better than that. I guess I'll do Mastery at that point, because like Fate's not going to help me on the final boss. My defense is already 20 with a speed of 4, so... Oh, well, that's convenient. And that's... Yeah, 14 damage. This is usually what my end runs look like. I'll have about plus 10 to 12 to hit, plus 14 damage. Defense is usually whatever, and then, yeah, level 9-ish. And then as much Fate as I can get up to, as long as I at least get through the 8. I have never seen this boss fight before. Come upon a massacre. Queen Malivia's knights are scattered, their armor shattered, bodies strewn about, I like that, scattered and shattered. Onomatopoeia. Bodies strewn about like discarded dolls. Weapons lay beside them, useless against the overwhelming force they had faced, but there is no sign of the celestial prism. At first it seems like silence has fallen over the battlefield, save for the faint hum Then, a creature of pure radiant energy, standing nearly twice the height of a man, moves from the shadows, its form constantly shifting, its glowing body emitting every color of the rainbow in waves. Swirling and shimmering like liquid light, the energy it radiates makes the air feel thick and heavy. Position hits a couple of lightning. This creature is the Celestial Prism. It is transformed, becoming something more than just a relic of power. It has taken form as a guardian, living embodiment of the forces that hold the fate of Eldoria in balance. Suddenly, the creature's head snaps in your direction. It speaks not with words, but with a pulse of energy in the air, as if your very soul can feel its warning. None shall alter the fates. None shall claim this power. You cannot flee this fight. Chuck that right now. He's got plus 10 attack. Hits me on an 11. My defense means nothing. He needs a 10. Been the whole way, the whole fucking game. Just need an 11. That said, it is nice to hit him at least on a 9. But yeah, actually, like, kind of looking at it, like, there is some variance, but generally it feels any difficult fight I'm going to need to hit on a 9 or a 10. And then they'll hit me on a 9 or a 10. And then it's just a matter of the health scaling. And usually by the time you've gotten to this point, the bosses are just kind of like a formality, I feel. But there it is. Boom. Actually, we're at the 2-hour mark on the nose. But yeah, 10,090. The runs I did the other day were that one, which was the Assassin, which was that as well. That's the one we run started. Yeah, that's usually how my runs are. It's like, I either get absolutely crushed in literally the first zone, or I'm fine. That's usually how it goes. Because, yeah, Adele the Chain, she got that score because she killed, like, we had a weird glitch where, like, the final boss spawned at the end of the first zone. And that's why her score is, I don't understand how it got that fucking high, but I guess just because it's so soon. And then I think that was the first battle mage I did. Wait, am I all Emma? No, that is her right now. See, that was her. Long Man was the scout who got to level 14 in the long run. He had about that. Testerson was the first battle mage I did. He had about 10,000, and he was a similar thing. And then the other guy was that, because I think I've done screenshots of all the other of all the other things I've done. And my stats usually ended up looking about the same. Let me see. I took screenshots. At least I thought I did. Let me make sure I can find them again. Or did I delete them? Hold on a moment. Future, the high scores include class level. Yeah, I don't mind so much the lack of an image, just because it's the portraits, but knowing the class and level would be cool. Or even taking a snapshot of all their gear as well. That would be kind of cool, so you can get an exact idea of, like, what their gear was, what their attributes were, something else like that. But, I feel that I had a... Did I put it in here? Oh, I did put it in here. Yeah, so there was that one. Did I do... I don't think I did any other ones. So, we did that one. So this was the one I did with Long Man the other day. And he cleared out the Vampire Lord, and yeah, this is kind of where he was at as well. 12 damage, 12 attack, 9 fate. Defense was similarly through the roof, but I think they had like a plus, like, they still, I think, had a plus 10 to hit. But, he was a similar thing where, like, my attack, damage, and fate all kind of felt roughly the same. And then, I think on the other playthroughs, I didn't grab a screen. Did I grab one on the other one? Hold on. Trying to remember. That was his. Where is... Because I've been pretty good about getting screenshots of every time I get a victory. Ah, here it is. Wait, was that... No, that was... Yeah, here's the assassin run I think I did, which I'm trying to figure out a good way to get it. Boop. Got a copy of my copy. Oh wait, no, was that me or was that? No, that was Lasankia's. That was Lasankia's. Hang on. I don't know, maybe I didn't get a screenshot of it. Huh. Well, that's awkward. But, oh wait, no, I do have that screenshot, though. Yes, I know I'm leaving Discord when I do that. And that one there. So we'll close that guy. And we'll do screenshot. So this was when I killed the Bog Witch lady. And that one was like all weird, glitched out to all hell. Because like level 2 in the first zone, Bog Witch. That was that win I got there, and that's the one that got like 17,000 points. But which is interesting though is I actually didn't win. Like the game credited me the win, and this is a past version, so it doesn't matter. But the game credited me the win even though I died. I think I had her at like, what was it? I think I had her at like 1 health, and I died, but I still somehow got credit for the win. It was really weird. And then the other one, that was that one. And then the other one was, and then here we have Mervyn Testerson with his win. And it was a similar thing where I had, hang on. So we have that there, where similar attack, similar damage, similar defense bonus. He actually even had a lower defense. But he got to level 9 as well. But yeah, so generally like my runs are almost always high damage, high damage just through happenstance. Because I don't really build mastery until I've already got my mastery and my accuracy and my fate really high. And so usually it's just get the attack bonus up so I can land hits consistently. And then make sure I have enough fate so I'm nailing all the events to get all the bonus items and potions and stuff like that. And then you can kind of see here where like the thing was a little bit different. I kind of, yeah, weapons push damage quite a bit. Yeah, well, I mean, admittedly, like, yeah, that boss fight happened to be in the first area because I forgot to reset the variables as soon as I thought you were in the final area of the first area. This was reset. Oh, okay. So that's how that explains the thing then if the score wasn't getting reset. Okay. So essentially it combined the first game's score with the second game's score. So that means the other one would have only been about a score of like 6,500 then. Is what would have been about 6,500. Which makes sense because I was only... It feels like you get like 6,000 points for clearing the final boss. Because I think I was at about 4,000 something. Leading up to that. And then weapons push damage quite a bit, so if you do something like mastery. But the thing is like, I think with the assassin run I did, my weapon was only +3 damage. And then on the first Battle Mage 1, I think the weapon was the same thing. It was like I was running like a basic stock +4 weapon. Like, and that's the thing is, it's generally just, I'm purely just relying on like RNG from events to get my damage up. I don't think I've ever gotten consistent weapons. And that's with me just rolling as many dice as I can to get treasure rolls. So. Alrighty though. But that is the Quest of Champions. I hope everyone enjoyed. But yeah, my friend ProphetSword, as you can see here in the bottom corner, my ugly mug, is the fine developer of this. So, when it does come out, check it out. I'll retroactively add any appropriate storefronts or wherever where you'll be able to get it when it is eventually available. It currently isn't, but in time, I'm sure. But we'll wrap it up here. Thanks everyone for watching. I do appreciate it. And we'll be back on Thursday for some more Factorio. Until then, catch you later.